r/AskReddit asks what happens in real life sex that you don't see in adult films. Bow. Stop. Hold on. You're leaning on my hair. I inhaled a strand of an ex's hair right as I came. I down into the back of my throat 60-0 real quick. That cramp where you move your toes just wrong and the muscle in the arch of your foot locks up and you just sit there and pray for death for a few seconds till it goes away. Holy shit, finally someone else who gets this cramp. Explaining which position and asking which position are we doing next. Nobody ever gets stuck sleeping on the wet spot afterwards in a porno flick. Fart noises when sweaty bodies contact each other. This happened to me once. Almost every single movement resulted in the sound of a loud wet fart. Initially he had a little giggle, then was able to move on, but I was red in the face from trying to contain my laughter. I was absolutely losing my shit. Every time I exhaled I made a breathy hoo sound because laughter would start to escape whenever I opened my mouth. Thank God he didn't have any roommates. I can only imagine what it would have sounded like to someone else. Fart. Moan hoo. Fart. Moan hoo. Fart. Moan hoo. One of my exes let out this huge fart while I was still up and she was sleeping. I can't sleep ever, and she just mumbled "May I farted" and turned around in the covers. Took everything I had not to burst out laughing and waking her up. I was still cracking up really bad for a good while though. I mean, the tonality was incredible. Easily one of the loudest and most sustained farts I ever heard in my life, and she just non-consciously and nonchalantly brushed it off like that in her sleep. I mean, it must have knocked her out of her slumber a bit for her to comment on it. Edit. Thanks for the gold, stranger. Trying to keep the wiener in while switching positions. Know where you want to be, then go in one motion. No hesitation. I've never seen after sex forehead kisses in porn. Wholesome/10. Giving forehead kisses to a woman you love is hands down the greatest feeling in the world. Edit. 2 things to say. Thank you, kind stranger, for the gold. If you don't have someone to kiss on the forehead, go give your mom or dad or a family member a kiss on the forehead. It will make them melt and make you feel amazing inside. More of the funny stuff. Bad positions. Resetting a position because there is no way you can fuck in that position at all but you wanted to try. There is no way you can fuck in that position at all but you wanted to try. Every time I'm like, how the F can they do this in porn? Pets coming in to smell and investigate. My dog is always first to the bedroom before my wife and I. It's like he knows, and for whatever reason, wants to be there to watch. Don't move. I'll go get you a towel. Laughing with your partner because something ridiculous happened. True intimacy is giggling with your genitals exposed. Once my and I started making out in the kitchen right before dinner. Things went steamy. He took off my shirt and grabbed me by my thighs, putting me on the counter. While he was doing that, I whispered to him, "Oh yes please, fuck me over the." I wanted to say counter, but I felt something right under my ass, so I glanced at whatever it was, and the sentence went a bit different. "Oh yes please, fuck me over the spinach puffs." Laughed for a while. No kitchen sex that night. Worth it. Edit. Spelling. Also, thanks for the karma, everyone. Wasn't expecting it. Cleaning up semen out of your ass crack. The vagina farts. The awkward gangle when you're switching positions. The weird shit you say because you're in the mood and not thinking. Your number 4 makes me think of the time my BF yelled out, "All gone," as he came. I laughed for hours afterwards. Turned the TV on so my parents can't hear anything. Spends 20 minutes trying to find the right thing to watch. Or music. The wrong thing can ruin everything. Unless you're watching something next and sexy times start in the middle. For example, watching BoJack Horseman then getting sexy while it still K's is not terrible. Turning on BoJack to drown the sounds of sexy times after they start ruin sexy times. At least for me. Being sore in porn, they can go at it for hours and doing who knows how many sex rounds. After 2 rounds, I feel like my vagina is on fire and cannot do anything else because it hurts. Thighs are probably on fire too, but they are paid to pretend like they are enjoying it. BRBMP real quick. Or my favorite, hurry up and finish, I have to pee. Slamming a girl's head into the back of a couch, right where the wood back center bar is when you pick them up. Having something on the TV in the background. My boyfriend and I once fucked while Mortal Kombat played on his TV. We'd have to stop occasionally to laugh at the absurdity. We'd get back into it and have to stop again. Why didn't you just finish him? Erectile dysfunction. Feels bad, man. Well, hey, it's not just an old man's thing if you're being serious. You may be very surprised at how common it is and how much your doctor takes it in stride if you bring it up. Especially for the bunches of us on antidepressants, it's very real, and while unfortunate it isn't the end all be all. It isn't just for elderly dudes. It happens to a ton of people. My biggest complaint is how just about any US based insurance isn't going to pay a dime for those pills, but the pharmacy understands that too. I never knew pill cutters existed, but my pharmacist and doctor seem to know the game of cutting the 100mg tablets well. Source: unabashedly have a standing prescription of Viagra and have frequently used black market. Read: made in India and cheap enough for someone who actually wants to eat to afford it. Cialis. No shame, brothers. Seriously, no shame. There are millions of us and millions more who think that it can't be the case. Meds cause it for me, but there are plenty of other reasons too. Now I'll get off my stump and scrounge around for the $60 it cost me to fill literally one pill of Viagra. Edit: first and foremost, thank you stranger for the gold. Appreciated. Edit 2. I have had quite a few folks sending me PMs about sources for Cialis. I get it, I truly do, but I can't respond. It's not because I'm annoyed with Yap, it's because I'm not going to put myself in legal jeopardy. What I will say is, depending on what community you're in and who you hang out with, it's not hard to source. Boolean searches are your friend. Cat clawing under the door and meowing like crazy. Although after a while she has started to wait until we are done, so I guess our cat knows our sex noises. Feelings. IDK. I saw Lexi Bell banging James Dean once, and I swear, that girl fell in love with him during it. It was kind of sweet. Being interrupted by children. You don't get kids banging on the door of the porn set shouting, "Mom, Dad, the Paw Patrol you put on TV is over. Can I watch another one?" The backquote graceless, keeping legs together, but trying to walk to the bathroom walk afterwards. I used to do this when I was young and still self-conscious of the mess. Now it's man the lifeboats and paddle my way there. Some girls actually say no when they see a gigantic cock, and some don't mind a completely average one. A real shocker. Being completely naked and doing it with only dirty mismatched socks on. Next thing you know I'm wearing absolutely nothing except for my socks. And you know, when I'm down to just my socks, what time it is. It's business time. When a guy shoots cum on your face, it always gets in your eye and you legit can't see out of it for about a half hour. This is why I aim for the titties. I'm a gentleman. My wife had given birth 6 weeks prior and we were doing it for the first time since. She was riding me and lost all muscle control of her butthole. Shit all over my balls as she came. Haven't seen that before, but I also don't watch German porn. This happened to my girlfriend once but just on the bed. After I finished I was just like, "Babe, I fucked the shit out of you breathing heavy, yeah I know it was great." No, I mean you shit yourself. Sweating. I don't think I've watched any porn where both actors have looked a sweaty mess. The guy usually looks like he's covered in a light dusting of water while the woman, who usually looks slightly worse, has running mascara / smudged lipstick, but only through excess of use tears of pleasure. Not one porn film has the couple in the middle of sex, dripping with sweat, because they'd forgotten to switch the central heating off, stopping halfway through, because the towel moved to the side, and there's now a puddle of period blood all over the sheets. She showers while you sink wash your junk. You take off the sheets, spray the mattress with Arxiclian, and shoo the cats away from the blood / Arxiclian puddle. You use the towel you used this morning to blot it up. It's white but it's like off-white now because it's old. You should throw it in the wash, but you have to go to work tomorrow, and your Russian neighbor does all of his laundry on Tuesday nights, so you probably won't get an open washer anyway. Plus that shit's like $1.75 per load now, not to mention the cost of drying it. She walks in, and you're still kinda horny, but now there's a wet spot on the bed and you don't have any other towels to use, because you don't want to waste the clean, dry ones. She wants to cuddle, but won't lay on the wet spot, so she straddles you while you teeter on the edge of the bed, and there's zero chance you can focus on getting back in the mood when you feel like you're going to fall at any moment. She, of course, falls asleep on you, and you're stuck in limbo, uncomfortable and exhausted. Fuck, it's already 1 o'clock and you have to get up at 6:45. That's only like 5 hours away. At least if you set your alarm to 7 o'clock and fall asleep immediately, you'll get 6 hours. That sounds better than 5. Still gonna be tired as shit in the morning though. This isn't working. You gingerly move her off of you and try to get more comfortable, but nothing's doing. Screw it, she's spread eagle, but you'll carve out a niche on the other side of the bed. You walk around the end of the bed and stub your toe. You finally have enough room and plop down, but the goddamn spot is still wet and now it's soaking through your t-shirt. You think you can handle the wetness, but she's got the entire blanket wrapped around her. You only want a tiny bit to cover half a thigh, but it's too inaccessible. You finally fall asleep at 1:43, but wake up a half hour before your 7 o'clock alarm and just have to lay there, shriveling up inside. Life is fleeting, but you do like that cute face she makes when she's really fast asleep. Farting, getting tired and wishing it would just end. Awkward position changes akin to two people trying to walk through each other in a hallway. During rapid sex, when the dick pops out and gets jammed into the taint or pelvis, making both parties feel like a hospital visit might be necessary. That's all folks, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. Also check out my recent video on the outro, thanks.